Alright everyone, Doc here. As you can see, I'm about to finish a quest in Diablo now, which is here awarded Sailor's Vessel, which is not the last quest you will find, but the last quest I had to find. So what I'm gonna do now is just discuss about this, because there's a lot of things to say. And here we go. That was the very last quest. So, finally, I'm going to show you a couple of things. So, as I claim it to be, I claim that this is the first time you will see 100% completion on the world map. I haven't seen it so far, so let me show you. This is Shed with everything done, all waypoints activated, all strongholds unlocked, all side quests done, all region discovered, and all Lilith altars and dungeons done, regardless of difficulty. Same here for Scotland, which is the second zone, so you get to do every little thing that you can have here. For some reason, I still had this bugged. Don't worry, it's normal. People find a way to make it disappear. It's a quest dungeon that actually doesn't disappear. If you just keep entering it, you will see there's an invisible boss at the end you cannot kill, and everything's gone. Because I probably killed it too fast when the dialogue one was opening. So if you still have here, it doesn't count as a quest, it's okay. Third zone being dry steps. Here again, everything unlocked on this zone. Not so much to say about the details. And then Kyrgyzstan is already done here, as you can see, completely. And finally, Hawazar, which is the first one I actually done completely with 49 side quests. So let me just talk about this. First of all, not funny. Disastrous player experience. Let me explain you why. I'm fine. So waypoints are discovered super fast. Strongholds too, and regions too. You just go to where the zone is blurred, and you just discovered the zones, and it's fine. Dungeons, just easy. You go through 2 or 3 or 4 phases. You just do what you're told to do, and then it's done. One dungeon was bugged. I don't remember which one it was. One dungeon was bugged, but you got the solution on Battle.net. I think it's fixed now, so you could not finish the dungeon. And you had on PC to leave and enter the dungeon like 10 times. I had to leave 15 times to be able to finish the last dungeon that was bugged. Because you actually enter on the second phase, and you end up on the first phase. Let me find you which one it was, because I don't remember myself. I need to think. It's one of these, I think. I think it's the vault somewhere. The collapsed vault. I don't even know where it is. There are too many visible. So anyway, it doesn't matter. There's a dungeon. You get to find a solution on the forums, and it's probably been patched ever since then. So you find the waypoints quite easily. You find the stronghold quite easily. You find the regions, you find the dungeons. The altars are correct. You will get maps on the internet where people have gathered a lot of intelligence. Actually, they didn't gather intelligence. Mostly what you will find on the internet is retro engineering from the data files. So you just get to pick it. People just picked up the data files and placed maps day one. So like, nobody has done 100% of this day one. I can certify you, because there would be answers and people would be talking about it on the internet. So pretty easy. That took me, as I posted on the last video, 4 days. 4 days, and I did for the first time the story, the dungeons, the regions, and everything but the side quests, which is the big thing we're going to talk about now. Side quests. Yes, you will find a lot of things on side quests that are completely right and completely wrong. The only thing I can tell you, the only requirement to have all the side quests complete is to be level 20 and to have done the story. If you get a new character, you will get to do it. Don't be fooled. I'm level something like 73, I'm all world tier 4, it doesn't matter. You get all the quests on world tier 1 and you can do them on world tier actually probably 2, because you just usually end up the story and change your world tier because you get a high enough level. So some stories, some side quests do not unlock until you have cleared the region and you have unlocked the new areas. Like for example, you need to have Firebreak may not be completely devastated, spoiler about the story. So the altars, you just go to the altar. Some of them are really hard to find, even when you know where they're supposed to be. Like this one is hidden behind rocks. Which one was hard to find? There are so many altars that are weird. Like the one on the coast here, this one is completely hidden at this end of a tunnel you don't go through. Same for this one. You wouldn't think, you think when you know there is a tunnel or a small place hidden, a place you have to climb like this one or anything, or simply this pattern here, like a very small entangled piece of ground that goes to a place. If you find this, like this one, like this one, everything, this one, there's usually something at the end of it. Could be a dungeon, could be a Lilith altar or anything. So if you want to find them by yourself, don't use the map. Everything is correct on the maps you will find. I used several types of websites. I used mapgenie.io. I used Diablo 4.cc, I think. Let me just find it. I used d4builds.gg. This one is accurate too. So now, when it comes to the side quests, so you got a total 35 waypoints. These are quite easily found. 115 dungeons. You can do this in 2.5 days. And if you just go fast, you just enter the dungeons, you do whatever is asked for you. This is a speed run, and that's fine. So you just go inside the dungeon. I can demonstrate it right now if you want, but also you don't need to go to the higher world tiers if you just got high enough levels, like 50 plus, yeah, 50 plus. You just go to world tier 1 or 2, so you can never be damaged and you kill the enemies really fast. When you start having Paragon stuff like that, you just kill the enemies really fast because the damage balance is in your favor all the time. So that's pretty fast actually. It's not that boring. You discover that none of the dungeons are the same. They are different, and some of them are unique in terms of design and how they work. Strongholds are pretty straightforward. You can do all the strongholds by yourself, by your own. You don't need to have people to finish strongholds, so it's pretty easy, straightforward. You don't need to do world bosses. You don't need to do Legion events. That doesn't help you. There's nothing you should do. All right, so that's pretty good. Side quests. That's the only thing that after finishing everything else took me 1 more week. Why? Because for every region here, there are a number of side quests that you can find into your journal. So let me show you. If you go to the achievement, the challenges, and you go to, I don't remember what, I think it's, is it exploration? No, it's not exploration. It's quests. Yeah, so you got side quests here. So the only thing that is tracked into this game, the only thing that is tracked is specific story chained tracks. which is the quests that are chained from one to another. You do the first one, you do the second, then the third one, and usually you will find these, all right? The problem is these are only the main, most important side quests. There are 2 other types of side quests. The first one you will not find in this list, because as you see, for example, Fractured Peaks has something like 35 side quests. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, and then you go to Scourge Glen. So you're like, no, this is not the 35, right? That's because when you go to Fractured Peaks, there are more quests that are no significant, no particular thing, but most of the time you will find an exclamation mark. Like, for example, you will find a total of 10 quests in Kyovashad only. That's probably the most densified quest trigger locations. You will find an exclamation mark on this. Let me just switch character to a new one that hasn't been played yet. So if you take a new character and you go to any place, you will find I'm just talking about side quests because, as I told you, the rest is really straightforward. There's nothing special to do. One bugged dungeon and you will get everything. So, find strongholds on the map. I cannot see them now because I haven't played this character. This is the first time I'm logging, second time logging. So, this is what I'm talking about. You usually got an exclamation mark on the map. Note on all the exclamation mark appear on the maps, because some of them are chained. So you need to complete the first quest to trigger another one. I don't think this one is a chainable one, I don't even know. So you need to find these, and these appear on the characters next to you. On the small map here, you can see the quest and the name, and you can see that on the map. When you finish this, that you get a confirmation. Like if I get this, suddenly I'm speaking to someone. I can skip the dialogues. So now if I just go to my journal, I have one more quest. I actually clicked on the first one that is just next to the entrance when you come in. So you can focus on this. You can have a total of 20 at the same time. If you have 20 quests activated and you find a droppable item quest, it will not trigger. You will not get the items on the ground. Okay, so what you need to do is, first of all, finish everything you can find. And there are quests in every single area of the game. All right, so you will need to finish those quests first. That's the main thing. Find the region. So if you want to speedrun this and go, find the regions first. Find the strongholds as you're doing the regions. Find the waypoints. Then once you got everything done, you need to start quests first. You can do Altars of Lilith. It's really good because it's going to boost your characters. So what you need to do is do the side quests first before the dungeons. Why? Because some side quests, like probably 30 of them, actually 20 to 30 of them, require you to go inside the dungeon and do the dungeon actually. So if you start the quests first, you won't have to go into the dungeons twice. That's pretty good, because 115 dungeons is really a lot. So you don't want to do them like 60, 70 times, okay? So you just want to find the side quests. None of the side quests require you to finish the dungeon, I think. They just probably trigger mid-dungeon or 2/3 of a dungeon. But you usually got to find something on the floor, like a body, a chest, or a triggerable item. Also, some of the quests are found inside dungeons. There are, I think, 2 of them. So I'm going to switch back to my other character here. There are 2 quests that you find for sure inside the dungeon. I'm not completely convinced about the third one. Yeah, I think you only have 2 of these. I'm not sure. I wouldn't bet too much on that. You have a quest, at least, that is found into this one, the Dragon Barracks. So you have to just simply go into the dungeon and click on everything. One of the things on the floor will give you, let me remember, I think it was a letter? No, a blooded, no, it was a blooded knot, it's a letter or something. So you get... You get a side quest that is called Forgive Me, I think, into this barracks. And, oh, we got Avarice coming soon. And also you have, let me find it, this one, Prison of Caldeum. You have another quest into this one. Alright, so you have to do the dungeons to trigger the quests. So when you have done all the surface, what I will call the surface, okay, all the surface quests, this surface quest will ask you to do the dungeons. When you free the stronghold, you will get more dungeons, and then you get everything. So once you have done this, you can start finding the remaining side quests. And the remaining side quests are really completely crazy, broken piece of crap to find. Why? Because you have to be at the correct location. During a time, everyone has not completely raised the enemies, so they have repopped and you can kill them, and you have to kill the correct enemies sometimes, or sometimes you just have to click on the dead bodies. The dead bodies on the floor are 90% of the quest's droppable objects. The rest is just treasures, special items on the floor that are not people, dead people, and enemies that you can kill. Those are your triggers. Like, for example, you got 2 quests that you can trigger here. One on this little island here, and one with the Khazra goat man here. So you got 2 droppable quests here and here. You got to kill this special group of enemy here, not anywhere else. It doesn't work here, it doesn't work there or there. You have to be here. So it's okay to have this, like in Path of Exile or something, like to have quests that suddenly appear where you don't know where they are. The problem is they don't appear 100% of the time. Worse, I've been doing, like you saw me farming the last quest I had to do, the vessel in Skull's Glen here that I was just doing. This quest here, I can tell you, I've been emptying this whole region, all difficulties together, more than 5 times, which is probably like 200 or 300 types of bodies found and 1,000 or 2,000 enemies killed, until I could get the one dropped I needed to find the quest. So if you guys end up like, I have not all the quests done, what am I have to do? You're just going to go to a website helping with all the quest list. You're gonna find all the quests. You check that you have all the marks, and it will be fine. A few tricky things I have found, like in the end, for some reason, achievable quests, if you have 34 in Kyovashad, there is a chance that you will not find a quest trigger here, but here. There is something you need to buy. I don't remember if it's Firebreak or I think it's under the Fat Goose Inn. You have to buy someone here and then bring it back to some guy here at Bear Tribe Refuge or whatever. And this was my last quest. It's not triggered in Kyovashad, it ends up in Kyovashad. So if you just do everything, that's fine. So now you might be tempted, oh cool, Legion and the Varys. No, you can do this one really fast before. Alright, so there are so many things that you need to find on the floor. It's absolutely damn shit crazy. Really, I mean, it wouldn't be a problem if you would find 100% of the times the items you need on the ground, which is absolutely not the case. So you have to know what the quests are triggers, and I can tell you already, you will have to mitigate and investigate on all the maps you will find on the internet. I also used stuff like I need to remember the name of the guy. I used what is it? A Diablo builds or something. A Power Picks. Best source I found is Power Picks. It's if I rate it, it's www.powerpikes.com, like that. So that is the best source of information I could find. Quests start to be slowly explained by people on the internet, but it's not really completely done yet. So let me tell you, when you find a map, and the maps, the interactive maps, I did a question mark. Like, you're gonna find a quest here. I can tell you, it's absolutely not the case. You will find a quest in this whole region, and you can farm this place for ages. And sometimes, unfortunately, some maps are wrong. So you have to try different solutions from different maps to finally do this. Maybe whoever you are, if you watch this in the future, you will have a finally decent map with everything explained correctly. By the time I have done this, today is June 15, 2023, I can tell you none of the maps online are correct. They all have screenshots and people saying, hey, look, I dropped the item here, exactly. And people are really, well-intended doing so. It's perfect. Thank you for doing so. But the thing is, when people say, I have found this here, actually, it's not about the precise sub-zone, sub-area that you find. It could be also the whole area here, here, and here. Like, I found my last quests so far away from on the pins on the map. It was crazy. Like, 5 minutes of walking to a direction, and sometimes not even in the correct zone, because some of the items can drop on 2 different zones. Like there's a quest that can drop either here or here, and you don't know what you'll have to do to I lost some items. You don't know what you have to do to drop it correctly. Some quests, for example, don't have enemies that drop that often. Like, you have to kill bears into these zones here, mostly this part here and this part here. And I can tell you, there is 1 bear for every 50 to 100 non-bear enemies. So it's really long and unexpected. So now I know all of you are just like me. You have like 33 out of 35 or 36 out of 47, and you're going mad. First of all, isolate the quests that are triggerable from the surface map, do the dungeons, 100% of the dungeons, and then you can start focusing on what's left, all right? And what is left is not what you think. I know it's dumb. You will just have to play the same maps over and over and over and over until you finally get the drops. Which is crazy. I know it's absolutely crazy. You have to, I went a lot of times through these maps. I can tell you, finding the mushroom here, finding the Khazra offerings here was absolutely nuts. Finding drops in the couriers, which are, where are they? I don't remember. Here. I think I remember something here. Something here. It's completely dumb. It is. You have to do the quest, because you can go through the map and play it like 10-15 times and never ever find the item. I swear, I have been through this map trying to find like the mushroom. I really remember the mushroom, which was my 44th quest here. The mushroom is said to be dropping in this area here, from here to here. I've been doing this trajectory, this traveling, like 100 times. Not 100 times. I'm exaggerating. Like 10 to 20 times. It's absolutely crazy. You just keep killing and killing and killing and killing. So if you didn't know, thanks to the internet, where to find a quest, you would never find it. The problem I have with that is I love discoverable quests. This is really cool. But they have to drop 100% of the time. You cannot go through a zone where you have nothing to do. Like here, if you just get this Altar of Lilith, I can tell you, you will never ever go back to this zone again. Maybe when it gets PvP activated, or this is an exception, because this act as PvP activations. But like, you will never ever go back to these locations again. There's nothing to do here. Maybe a hell tide or something sometimes, but it's crazy. You will never go back again here. You will never try to find a thing here. There is a quest where you have to find an item in this region here. It's absolutely nuts. So yes, I do confirm that you have to keep filtering all the quests on non-Diablo sources, external sources, websites, maps. You have to use the maps. I used the one that is interesting, is d4builds.gg. Let me tell you. It's how is it written? No dash, nothing. d4builds.gg. This one was good because it just has website. It's not cookie, but I think it's cookie remembering, cookie or web browser session remembering. You don't need to log in. It will remember all the quests that you mark as done on the map. So you have to eliminate, again, first, those you find on the challenges quests. You find this, you know you have to have 100% of this. You cannot go mad until you have 100% of this. So you need 100% of this and this. So then you mark all these quests on your map. For each region, you go to region 1 by 1. Do region 1 by 1. And for 2 or 3 or 4 hours, a session of 4 hours trying to complete a map, you will just barely do 1 or 2 more quests. It's crazy. I can tell you the time is exponential. As you go close to 100% quest completion on a specific area, you will just take more and more time because you don't know which ones you have done. So my first advice is, if you have a new character, you want to do side quests now. If you have a very new character, you want to do this, just for now, mark down on a piece of paper, on a Google spreadsheet, whatever you want, mark down all the quests you have done, especially just all the quests where you find an item on the floor. The pattern is 100% always the same. You go to any zone, you try to find enemies, and when you're done, you just find an item that's usually white on the floor, white or gray, something like that. It's not different from any other item that you find. It's slightly whitish. It's I'm slightly colorblind, so I don't really pay attention. So what you do is, how large is this tone? I'm not in tone anymore, right? I'm tone. All right, I just forgot this one is part of a tone. So you just go out from a zone and you really? I'm still in town? What? Alright, so I don't know. The character is just that long? So you find a squad of enemies like that, and you start killing them, and what is going to happen is that you will get these drops on the floor, and suddenly you will have the white item that you don't have. Here is called. And your character doesn't do anything, and when you click on the item, your character will have a line to say, what is this? Like this. Just like your character will always do it. Every time you see that, stop, go to inventory, go to quest zone here. You will find the item you just found. Note the name of the item on your quest. Note this. Note the name of the quest that appears to your log here on this part of the journal. Note everything down and you'll be fine. You won't be mad trying to repeatedly drop something you have already dropped that you won't get, because the game doesn't tell you what you have achieved and done in Diablo. That's it. The game doesn't tell you right now what side quests you have done or not, which is a really, really bad game design. It's a really awful player experience. The game is great. I really like Diablo 4, but the problem is the quests are non-repeatable, non-trackable. You have to discover them by yourself. They don't come consistently, they are dropped at random, and I can tell you already, you can drop them and retrigger them. You can find an item like whatever, the shroom, the geode, whatever you find, a quest item you find on the floor. You can drop it, go to the quest, and right click on it, I think, and you can say, do you really want to drop this quest? Yes. If you drop it and drop the items on the floor that you have in your quests, you can just exit the game, come back to the game, and it will drop again. It's fine. There's no risk in dropping the game. Don't be afraid of missing the quests that you could have missed. You didn't miss them. The game is coherent and consistent with that. It's fine. You can retrigger the items. You can even keep the quest and drop the item on the ground, and it will just drop again at the same place or close to the same place, and you will be able to do the quest again. Don't worry about that. I tried it. It's fine. All right? And then, if I were to pick up some specific quests, so the quest that people most often forget about. With Kuvashad, you have First Bloom, which is a flower you need to drop here. You have some item that you can find here on the trail map. I think the sub map is called something trail, Frostbite Trail or something. You find a First Bloom here. The super boring thing is in the Pirate's Tunnel here. You got 2 different items. I can tell you, it took me a lot of times to get the old painting. There's an old painting, and there's another one I forgot about. Old painting and some letter or something you find here in this grotto. So the grotto is super. How to say? Actually, it's not here. It's here. It's super short. You just enter from the woods here. You have this place, this place, this place. Stop. You're done. Go back. It won't be here, it won't be here, and it just can spawn here. So, like I said, the dungeon is always forgotten about, the Coal Baron Dragon Barracks. This one is quite a lot of drops, so it's fine. Then you've got to kill some goats here, exactly on the map. Here is a set of goats, there's a lot of blood on the snow, and it triggers the quest to gory display. So you have to find this one too. There is an item that drops here, but this one is quite consistent. And I think that's all for Act 1. For Act 2, something that people forget about. If you go exactly here, the pin on my map is 100% accurate here. There is a dead body on the floor that is called, it's not just a slain corpse or something, it's a waterlogged corpse or something. And it wears a letter of someone that is in love with someone, and you have to bring the letter back to callback, and it's fine. So if you have done all the quests, by the way, and you think you've done all the quests minus 1 or 2, take some time, think about it. You know which one you have done actually, because if you look at the quest dialogues on the internet, on website that extracted the data, usually it rings a bell to you. Even if you did the beta was only on Act 1. For Act 2, 3, 4, and 5, you have something in mind. Like, if you read the quest log, it should really remind you of something. You will read the quest log. Like this one I remember was a love letter or something. I knew it, and I have to bring it back to someone. Also, something cool, when you have done the quests, you can still sometimes find the characters still in the town, and you can still speak to them. For example, there's a quest, I didn't remember if I found a letter or something. I just went to the guy and say, I'm going to speak to the quest completion NPC. And the NPC has different dialogues once the quest is over, like, what have you done to me? Don't speak to me anymore. Like, thank you for what you've done. And the dialogue lines are different. So you need to remember, yes, I did this quest. That's going to be helping you too. All right. You can activate and find the objects at any difficulty mode, any world tier, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can also unlock everything during the Helltide. The items drop during the Helltide. I can tell you, I dropped an item during the Helltide. Maybe it was changed in the future, I don't know, but I dropped a quest item, a lootable item in the Helltide. I think it was no, it wasn't here. It was here, maybe, something like that. Alright, so Act 2, I think I told you everything. There are 2 item quests here, but they are pretty easy to find and they are chainable. So you will have, you have to find the items by slaying bears or something. So these ones can actually be done on the whole region here and you will be able to do so. 2 of them drop from here to here. The Broken Bear and the Briggus Chronicles. Briggus was the wife of Drogon, I think, of Donan. I think it was his wife. If you go to Firebreak Manor, you will have 3 tombs, and I think the last one is his wife. So you know these because you remember the story, the lore of the quest. Don't go through them too fast. When you find an item on the floor, read the quest, let the dialogues play, watch and read everything. It will help you remember which one you've done or not, even if you don't take notes. Alright, so that's pretty much everything. There is one last here. This altar is quite hard to find. There is one last thing here. If you find a dead corpse here, you will find a quest with Sideable. So the only advice I can tell you, click on everything. You need to click on every single dead body on the floor, all the time, wherever you are. Just do it until you have done 100% of the quests. Just click on every single body on the floor. If there's nobody on the region you're searching for, then exit, go away to some town, change the world here, whatever you wanted to do, go back to the place and start looting again. You need to find some bodies on the floor all the time. So one quest is looted from, like a geode is looted from a mine, and some quests are looted from treasure chests, findable in chests, and a few of them are dropped by special enemies. All right, like I said, it's always going to be on bodies, and I think 2 of them. I think it's 2, 3 of them are. I think 3 of them, 2 or 3 of them. Drop from herbs, so you have to harvest the herbs on the side, like Frostbloom here in this place, someone like that, and the mushroom in this place, some here like that. Okay, so that's Act 2, nothing special. Act 3, there's the quest that you need to pray and say something to a statue again, but it's pretty straightforward and it's on the internet. You will find it on websites to help you. Oh, a boring one. You have to kill a loot goblin. Not here. It's on Act 4. So there's nothing special on Act 3, I think. No, there's nothing. I need to remember. I did it long time ago. You get some undead killing here, and it's pretty gonna trigger all the time. So you're fine with this one. There is a quest with drops in this whole region here, but mostly on the center one here, on the career. If you go there, you're going to get some items on the floor. I don't remember particular difficulties with this one. It was hard to do, but I finally got everything. This one is weird. There is an additional quest. It says 44 quests, but there are actually 45 quests. But the last one here, in this zone, doesn't count as the total. It's not a bug, you just get an additional quest and it doesn't count towards the total. So you can do this. You have to kill a loot goblin here, but I can tell you it's not that hard because in this area here, right coastline, I think it's right coastline, let me just check. Yeah, you will find a lot of goblins here, like one here, here. I found like every time I go to this zone, I find a loot goblin. So it's not that hard. It's not a really rare loot goblin. They are quite common in this part. So you will do this and it will be fine. Another series of quests, you will have a letter probably found in this area here, but not all the time. And it's fine. You need to, after you finish the zone with Meshif, which is in the desert here, this whole region here, from here to here to here to here, can drop one item. It's Necrolite cache, I think, Ravenous Necrolite cache. And when you kill enemies in the place here around Khaldum, I think it's, yeah, the Sanctum and stuff. If you kill enemies in this zone and in this dungeon, you will have two quests. One where you find an Iron Wolf sword, and one where you find an Iron Wolf armor, and you have to bring them here to some guy who says they might serve for someone else later on. Okay, so you have to go into this dungeon to find the quest. And usually there is a man being a dead man tortured on a rack, and you click on the rack and the man drops the item. Okay, that's where it's supposed to go. And the goats here, as I said, the shroom here, as I said, and there's a late shipment thing here along this coast from here to here. I think between these two places you can kill pirates, and some pirates will drop a shipment. All right, and last but not the least, for Hauser, I don't remember especially difficult things. You need to find something on the coast here. You got dead bodies on the coast, but you just got to go back to Backwater and go back and forth, and you will find it. Don't forget there is a quest here where you have to, when your character exits this place here, there are spirits in the swamps and they point something out, and your character goes like, what? And you just follow the child, I think it's a child, spirit, and it will just lead you through the swamps to some place, and eventually, after sometimes I think it's here, you will find a discoverable quest from a corpse. This triggers 100% of the time, but it's not dropped from anything. I think it's one of the quests you have to just pay attention to. Or you can also go straight to the corpse and click on it, it will work. You don't need to follow the child pointing at some directions while killing enemies. What else? I think that was everything. You have to end this place somewhere. From here to here, you have to loot mining nodes here. I think I found mine. I don't know if it's here or here, but I had to do the whole map and find mining nodes. You can do the mining nodes and flowers on a horse if you want to go faster. It works. So you just got to run, use the horse, dash, find the nodes and go again. And I think that's all I needed to say. Lots of things are brought back to people here. There's a very famous ranger here that waits for your items for analysis. Some go to the regions here. I don't care about Avarice. I have killed it like 1,000 times. So yeah, that was all I could say about the quests. I know it's probably not a world record. I have found a lot of people doing these quests really fast, but doing everything, waypoints, strongholds, quests, regions, dungeons, and altars, I think is a world first. I claim it to be a world record, but I'm pretty sure someone has already done that. Anyway, I'm gonna go to level 100 now. I hope I could answer all the questions. So generally speaking, yes, it's frustrating. The quests are really positioned well. You need to play over and over and over and over. and do it like 10,000 times until you drop this. It's not a mirage, it's not a bug, you're not going mad, it's true. You have to farm the items like, I don't know, some regions, I've emptied the regions 10 times until I could finally drop the item. So, take a breath, it's fine, you'll do it, but I can tell you, it took me 10 days to do that. 10 days of playing Diablo every day, almost every day. So the problem, like 15 hours a day, clearly. But I also did the story with dialogues and stuff. So I lost a lot of time. If you don't care about anything, just want to press escape, and skip the quests. That will be good for you. So I'm gonna do a very silent. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, guys. I hope you just do it finally. I hope Blizzard at least makes a log of all past quests you've done so you don't get lost. In the meantime, I can tell you it's a real nightmare to do that. It's really, really a bad player experience. I love discoverable quests. That's good, that's good. Not having to say, hey, look, someone wants to talk to you over there, and you just go here, click on the exclamation mark, and go, oh, right, I'm just gonna slaying bodies and everything. It's fine. But clearly, having zones where they don't trigger all the time, and even if you knew about it, you don't trigger them, it's such a bad player experience. But that combined with not knowing which one you're trying to do is crazy, it's a fucking nightmare. So that's the only thing I hate about the game so far, apart from the classic hardcore and PvP stuff that I think are completely useless in this game, but some people appear to need and to be in demand from such kind of things. I'm not doing avarice, it's too late, but I don't care. So yeah, that is a very bad player experience, but you will go through. You will beat it. What I can say is try to focus on a specific region first, on a specific act. Okay, so if you want to do this like Skosglen, do it. I wanted to start with Kyovershad. It's not the easiest one actually, but don't forget you got a quest here with a sister, but you're gonna go there for story, so you're fine. Yeah, that's really weird. I don't know. I suppose it is intended. Blizzard does not do things at random like that. I suppose it's intended that you struggle a lot to finish all the quests, but it's really, really boring. That's it. It's done really on the fly. I haven't scripted this, so I'm just taking a lot of time. I think I haven't forgotten anything. Minimum requirements, level 20, and have the story completely done. And some unlock as the story go. So some of them require the whole story to be done, and some just require the act to be finished. Like when you unlock a place, you got new quests into it. So it's fine. Like I said, do the story, do the quests, do the exploration regions and waypoints first, so you can at least move very fast from quest to quest, and you should be fine. And yeah, I think I'm not forgetting it. I'm trying to think if I just forgot anything. So yeah, I'm repeating myself one last time. I know you guys have like one quest missing or two quests missing from a map. You're not mad, you're not stupid. It's not a bug. I swear, as you can see, I've got everything. You can do it. You got many people on the internet who got one region completely done, but having 5 out of 5 is really long. It's really boring because you're not leveling your character, you're not doing anything special, you're not doing the dungeons, you're not trying to do high-end content, you're not playing with friends, this is really selfish and you have to go and do it alone. So yeah, the quests that are from the world switch, like from 1 to 3, 3 to 4, do not count. The Echo of Lilith is not a quest. The I don't remember, the cathedral here is not a quest. The bugged dungeon here is not a quest, even though it still appears in blue. The repeatable Tree of Whispers that you will find here is not a quest. It will appear into this side, not on the blue side. This side, sorry, not on the blue side. Some things that look like they are quests are not quests, so don't be fooled by them. It's a pain in the ass to go through PvP zones to find altars and things, so because people are like, yeah, trying to attack you there. People are just dumb. You don't care, just wait if you want to. Usually there's no one in the zones, but you just go there and you can totally farm the zones, the items, loot, quests, items, everything during the PvP zones and during the Helltide, as I said. It works. All right, it completely works. There's one quest I have forgotten about, the one that's completely overly hidden, but you have found it, and actually this one is on your quest log on the challenges. If you go to quests, I think it is the Way of the Three. The Way of the Three in Kyrgyzstan. This quest requires you to go to the burning sanctuary of the Three. Yeah, this is the burning sanctuary, which is here, I think, if I remember correctly. And if you go there, you get stones and a pedestal here. It says you need to do something, so there are 3 statues in this world. I don't remember, the statue of Mephisto is somewhere on the broken shore here. Diablo statue should be here. And you'll find them on the map. Mephisto is broken, is a broken statue in the dust, in the sand. And you have to cheer in front of a 3 statue. Then you go back here, and it activates something you can go through. There's a small quest. And yes, this one is really crazy, because if you don't know about it, you have no chance to accomplish the quest. So I can tell you, it's not something you will just think by yourself. So the statue of Baal, or Baal, how do you pronounce it? I don't know. Is found here. There's a small thing here. The statue of Diablo is found here, or here, I think, rather. I think it's the center thing. I'm not. It's somewhere on the side here. I think I remember that. And Mephisto's statue is broken here. When you go in the sand, you will find a statue here. So if you cheer at all the statue, I don't think it says anything, and you have to go back to this place to find that you activated something. So yeah, that is a special quest, the Way of the Three, that is really strange, and you will solve it by yourself. All the quests can be done alone. You don't need people to be with you. You don't need... The drops are individual, so maybe some people in your team will get the drops and you won't, so it's not really useful. Makes things faster if you want to have company. It's fine. What else did I not cover? I think I covered anything. Doesn't change anything if you're a team, a clan, or whatever. You just do it solo. It's better. Sometimes you need to really zoom on the town to see that you don't have a question mark next to the waypoint, because if you zoom out, it's going to be hidden by the waypoint. And that's all. That's how you can have 100% of the quests. This is not a challenge. It doesn't count as a total. You don't need to have done everything to get the maximum bonus here. You just need to have a very specific amount of how are they called? These points, the region points, the renown points, I think. I don't remember, but whatever. You got to unlock most of this and a few side quests only to claim this up to level 3 here, the region claim 3, and these ones require you to be at higher world tiers. All right, but that's not part of the quest. The quests are parts of this. All right, so you can carry more obols and get more Paragon points. So yeah, and regarding the altars of Lilith, one last thing: when you just look at the maps, the location on your map does not reflect precisely where the statue is. I know it's counterintuitive. The statue is somewhere around here, like you expected to. I don't. Let's go and see this one. I don't remember all of them. I don't know, but it looks like it looks like it's a statue that you can find easily. I think this one is found easily, but it's not. Like, you see, I had to demolish this this construction here, this old, I don't know, site, this old wooden structure to discover the altar. So this one is quite tricky to find. So maybe I help someone click on it. Wait and spam the clicks. Wait until you see the bright red aura and the boom that says +2 renown, etc. If you can go sometimes too fast and miss clicking on statue. So the statue are usually quite well scattered around the map. Some parts have unusual dense number of statues, and some have none, like this place here, etc. So they are quite well scattered around the map. If you zoom out, you will see some of them here, and that's pretty much what you do. Some regions are quite hard to find when you hover them, but you will get pretty straightforward. Just look at the map, slide slowly until you find a blurred area. Some blurred area are really small. Some of them are just the size of this small part here. So you will be lost. You're looking at my map like, whoa, I got everything. And no, you don't, and it's fine. And the rest, dungeons are just dungeons. So you do whatever you're told to do, and it should be fine. Like I said, quest dungeons and world tier change dungeons do not count for the total, and some dungeons are unlocked after some part of the story. In the Strongholds, sorry, some part of Strongholds. So I think that's all I could say. Thanks for watching. Good luck, have fun. I hope you will be finding as much patience as I had to do that, and really it's excessively fun. Chasing for everything, statues, dungeons is rewarding because you find things all the time, and of course you just unlock the Codex of Power here. So it's really, how to say, so it's really fun because at least you get something with a good pace. Every 5 to 10 minutes of gaming you have something new. I usually ended up doing the dungeons like super fast with this build. The build is quite classic with the sorcerer. I have mostly fire, mandatory teleport, and Blizzard to just crowd control everyone and have them frozen. So I do this with sorcerer, but you can do this with everything you want. I mean, the cool thing is to have boots that have more evade. I have very old boots here. I know this one have +2/+2, and I still haven't found replacements even on World Tier 4. So I need to find a replacement for this one. But +1 max evade, +2 events, or increased movement speed after teleport, whatever is fine. So I use teleport. I use flame shield to become invincible. I use Blizzard to control everything, and also as an enchantment because it adds another Blizzard, which is really insane. And the life-saving last second flame shield that gives you another flame shield just as you're going to die, which is really fine. So if you want to see what I did with that, it's pretty easy. So you